So we are out for a walk today. We have Gia, me, obviously. Who do we have today? The roulette wheel spins and lands on. Who have we got today? It's Squaggle! Saren! Here's my little Saren Tallis Brave. That's who we've got today. Haven't we, Gia? And I haven't been out on a walk again for ages. I came the other day, a few days ago I think, with like Mike and the kids. We only walked to the church and back, which is a really little walk. I don't even think we made it to the church actually. Apart from that, the last time I came out for a walk was it with Neo? I don't know, can't remember. No, it was with Saren and he had to chase. That's right, it was Saren and he had to chase a herd of deer away. Like an idiot, I made him. So that was the last time I've been out properly. So since then, Neo's been to basketball, Simon's been to martial arts, gymnastics, and all sorts of stuff. What day is it today? It's Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah, so I had my mental health meeting yesterday. As you'll know if you watch my stuff, I was absolutely shocked she turned up. Let's have that right. I really, absolutely would have put money on getting a phone call in the morning saying that she wouldn't be coming. I would have, really, I would have put money on it. She seemed lovely on the phone, but they all do. And yeah, I'd never expected her to turn up. I thought I'd get a phone call in the evening saying she's off sick or something had happened or she had to cancel, or in the morning. And it got to like about 1:10 and Mike said, oh, a car's just pulled up outside. We moved our car. He said, a car's pulled up, like a sort of white car. I was like, that's got to be her, because no one else comes to our house apart from delivery drivers and the postman. So I was like, it's got to be her. So no one can ever find our cottage, ever. And I mean no one. They always ring. Tesco's delivery people, they come to our house over and over, they still ring and say we're lost, we can't remember, because it's so hidden. It's the first house in the whole village and it is so hidden behind all our bushes, so you can't see it. And like if you come the other way, and that's from one way, and the other way you can see it, but you've sort of gone past it if you don't know, and then you're out of the village. And so everyone says, I get a phone call, I can't find you, and then I stood outside the house waiting for her. She turned up. And Mike and the kids were all there, as always, you know. Anyway, she turned up and let her in and stuff. And of course, Eka, she was really young. I would say maximum 25. Like maximum 25. She was super young, very attractive, really young, very sweet. And yeah, hadn't been destroyed by the job yet, if you see what I mean. I'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, she was really lovely. Anyway, she got the full echo. Echo came in and said, we've got kittens, da, 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 da. Started talking. Echo will talk to everybody, everyone about everything. She is a chatbot and she isn't shy in the slightest. There's not a shy bone in that little girl's body. So she's like, runs in, hello, I'm Echo, my name's Echo, what's your name? Oh, I'm Paige. And then Echo just goes into one about the kittens and how the kittens died by hit by a car. Full details about everything. And about dead things again. I'm thinking, oh my God, this is a mental health person. Echo, you're going on about dead stuff a bit much. Yes, Echo. Oh, yes, great, Echo. Go on, go to study now. And Saren comes in and does a little, hello, how are you? And does a little bow and stuff, as Saren does. Neo's like, I'm sure Neo is sitting there thinking she was hot. Teenage boy stuff. But yeah, so she got Echo for a good 10 minutes and Saren. And then I sort of said, right, you go, because I can't talk about mental health and stuff with the kids running around. And so Mike took them to the play park with Gia, so they had a lovely time. Anyway, they went to the play park for an hour and a half, 2 hours. But yeah, she came in and she's like, obviously, what you always ask, would you like a drink? which is another thing. I said, we don't really do, because I don't drink anything. I don't drink water, I don't drink coffee, I don't drink tea, I don't drink hot drinks at all. All I drink is juice sometimes and cherry Pepsi Max. That's all I drink. That's it. Done. If we didn't have those drinks, I don't know what I'd do. I wouldn't drink. So I said, do you want to drink? Knowing full well she'd say no. I'm being chased by a bumblebee or a wasp. And my son's right back there doing something weird. Yeah, so I'll wait for him. So she was really young. Would you like a drink? So no, I knew the answer was going to be no. And I sort of asked her later on, you're not allowed to have drinks, are you? And she's like, no, it is said that we're not meant to accept food and drinks. But I knew that because people are always really weird. So no, I don't know, I suppose people could poison you and stuff. But anyway, she was really lovely. She, like I said, I'm going to say she was really young. So I don't know how long she's been doing the job. A couple of years, maybe 2 years, 3 years, maybe. Because I did say my worker left before COVID, and she's like, oh, I must have just missed him. So there you go. So she wasn't spoiled by all my other. If I've had young workers, in the past, whether it's doing my mental health or drink and drugs, if I've had a young worker, they've always been really lovely, and then all of a sudden they get a rung up the ladder or they get a position change and they change completely and they turn into a whole different thing. Like now we have to be much more professional, and they turn into like this different entity, and they change completely. Their whole persona changes into someone completely different who you don't even recognise really. And that's happened quite a lot. I don't want to see it in my face. With my workers in the past, they all think they're going to go on to greener pastures, like when they get promoted. So yes, she hadn't been spoilt by years of being told what to say, what not to say, do you see what I mean? So she was just nice. She was easy to talk to, straight out how I always do with everyone. I say, don't ask me, I say this a lot on her, don't tell me to float down a river, don't say you need to write a book, don't tell me to, I gave her all the things not to say to me, don't ask me to do group therapy, all the things. I gave her a big list. She's like, all right, I won't ask you any of them. Like, right, thank you, get that out of the way, because none of those things will work for me. So there's no point in you saying it. And she's like, yeah, that's fair enough. So she was very, very sweet, really lovely, very kind, and seemed very genuinely nice and sweet. And she didn't rush me, she didn't. Sometimes you speak and you feel like you're being rushed, and so I didn't feel like she was rushing me. And she did say that they're not allowed in her part, because crisis team come in groups normally, so it's a group thing. She's never done a home visit before because she's not meant to do a home visit. She's I can never think of the word. She's a mental health, but she's not. She's higher up than that. She's higher up than just one of the workers. I think she had a higher up title. I can't remember. Consultant. I think she was a consultant. Yeah, I think she was a consultant, not just a worker. There's a difference. So yeah, she was really. I didn't feel like she was rushing me. She did say you don't have to go through all your whole story if you don't want to, etc., obviously. Because she said obviously you get sick of repeating it and it's traumatising every time. It's like, yes, but you still... Mom? Yeah? Yeah. Hold that sorry.
It's really hot today.
Don't point it at the dog doing a poo, maybe.
I wasn't trying to.
It is hot today. Hold on, dear, I'm going to tie you to him. There you go, mate.
Thank you, here you go.
There you go, thank you. Yeah, so she didn't rush me. Yeah, I didn't feel rushed by her. I felt like I was able to talk to her. In all honesty, probably got about 1% of my life story out in that time. because there's so much, because you've got all the highs of the modelling and stuff like that, and you've got the lows of the lowest, like the crazy things. And so anyway, yeah, she sort of agreed with me on all points. Obviously she agreed with me I need now to have a worker and not just be on the wait list still after 4 years, but being with the team since I was 21. So being on the wait, it's weird, isn't it? A car's coming car. So yeah, so she's like, they have daily meetings of what they've discussed with people. So she's going to bring me up in the daily meeting to say I needed now to have a worker. I needed a point of contact that was going to stay the same because my mental health needs are so high, and because my trauma, like, no one's trauma is any more or less than anybody else's trauma, if you see what I mean. But at the same time as that, my trauma is a lot, like a lot. It's not just, you know, one traumatic event or 2 traumatic events or 3. It's endless. It's like an endless cycle of awfulness. Like, you know, Mike always says, I've been at war, I've been to war, but I didn't sign up to go to war. That's how Mike always puts it. It's like, Jem, you went to war, you went out and fought a war, seen dead people who die, lots of deaths and stuff, but you didn't sign up for it. You know, you're not, you had to be a soldier, but you didn't sign up to be a soldier. But you've seen more than most soldiers see. That's how Mike puts it. Anyway, so yeah, because I've got so much trauma, it's like I need to have everyone has to have a point of contact, obviously. Like I said, I'm not saying mine's more important than anyone else, definitely not. She's sort of saying yes, it kind of is, because there's so much of it, and it's not just one event or 2 events or 3 events. So yeah, so she's gonna get me a worker, medication review, because she thinks my med's the same as me. She asked me what I wanted. That's what she asked. And I told her what I hadn't had. There's a deer there. I told her what I hadn't had, which was I hadn't had a worker in years, which she knew because she could see that. I told her, obviously, there's a deer now, around in 2 deer. Can you see them? They're little white bums. Oh. You see the butts? They're little white butts. I wonder if Gia sees them through here. I might go to zoom in on them. There's little white butts. Can you see those little white butts there? There's 2 little deer. 1 butt. There's another white butt there somewhere. Bless them. But yeah, so she asked me what I wanted and agreed with everything I said. So put the contact, new worker. Wait, this is ridiculous now to be on it that long. Also, medication review, because I think my medication needs upping and new ones. She also said that I'm manic, I've got mania and like hyperactivity problems, but she's now saying, because I've got ADHD already, but she's now saying I've got bipolar, which is one I haven't had before. I get depressed and stuff, but no, it's like I've got my illnesses, mental health illnesses that I'm comfortable with, and I know I've got, but what the depression and stuff, obviously I've dealt with, but she's saying no, it's more than that. It's, you're up and down, it's enough to be mania, so manic depressive, like, yeah, so they want to get me on a stabiliser that's not an antidepressant, but a stable, I'm on an antidepressant, a stabiliser as well as all my ones for my mental health that I'm already on. So we agreed on all of these things, and yeah, I really appreciated her and told her, and I really thanked her and said she was amazing. And I said, when she told me she didn't have to do home visits, that was the first ever home visit she'd done, and they weren't allowed to do it, and she absolutely went against all the advice she was told and rules that at her place of work to do the visit, because she was the one who told me I had the appointment on the phone, and then I didn't have an appointment on the phone, and then that led to me crying on the phone to the other people, and then finding out I did have an appointment, but it was cancelled, and then she rang me, And she felt so guilty about telling me I had this phone appointment and that I built myself up to it, that she said, I'll come and visit you at home, which I'm not meant to do, but I will do because I feel so bad. So I said, what a beautiful human you are, because you really didn't have to do that. Like, you don't know me, you see I'm high risk, and like, so I said, that makes you, fuck your job. This is what I said to her. I said, it doesn't matter about your job, that makes you fantastic at your job, yes, but it makes you a fucking awesome human being. I said, that just means that you are a beautiful human being, because you've gone above and beyond, done something you're not meant to do, gone against all the rules because you felt bad for me, because you actually, like, actually, real life, not just your job to, oh, I'm so sorry, I feel terrible words. No, you felt so bad, you came and visited me at my house when you're not allowed to. So I told her she was a fantastic human, and not to lose that by the job, because they do. They get eaten up by it. And yeah, so she was really happy that I sort of said that to her. And she thought the kids were great, obviously. Thought the house was lovely, everyone always does. I'm like, it's a mess. She's like, no, it's stunning. She's like, it's so, there's stuff everywhere, because obviously I keep everything that the kids ever make, do, draw on, scribble, and it's everywhere. But yeah, so the meeting went really well, as it goes. She turned up. That was the first shock. She was really young. Second shock, she was really young. Third shock, she was amazing. Fourth shock, when she left, she said, ring me anytime on my mobile, and gave me her number, which she also isn't allowed to do, but she said, I don't want to leave you with no one, so until, I don't want you just ringing up and speaking to the duty worker, I'm giving you my number, so until you get a worker, you can ring me on my mobile, kind of secretly. Yeah, so she was awesome. So yeah, what more could I ask for, really? She was amazing. So yeah, my mental health meeting went really, really well. So let's see what happens now. I've got a phone call coming up now, which is with an actual psychiatrist, because obviously I've told her no therapies work for me. So it's, apart from talking to her, yes, that made me feel better, because I shouldn't have to put it all on Mike all the time, even though he knows everything. It's like, he shouldn't have to have me repeatedly talk about things. You know, it's very good to tell somebody, isn't it? Especially when you get to just talk to them about the shit, and you get to unload it to one person, and then just listen, because that's what I needed. That's what I needed. I needed to just get it all out and be listened to. And even though it's only a tiny percentage of what has happened to me, and only a tiny percentage of what sort of needs to happen, it made me feel better in the moment. And that's all I can ask for. So yeah, it was good, it went well. I'm going to go now, and I will catch you later. Bye.